Shalom. All praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutation to the brothers and hopefully elect out there pushing His word in truth and sincerity. Alright. This video here, they say they hit a milestone yesterday with this whole coronavirus, COVID-19, the death. So the title of this article says 250,000 people have died in the U.S. from COVID-19. Okay. If you think about it, just on the surface level, it sounds like a lot, but it's really not. 250,000 people is literally 250,000 people, estimated. Okay. So if you want to take it all the way back to December 2019 or January 2020, just whatever, only 250,000 people, or only an estimated 250,000 people have died from this supposed coronavirus or COVID-19. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article. It says the United States passed a grim milestone Wednesday, hitting 250,000 coronavirus-related deaths, with the number expected to keep climbing steeply as infections surge nationwide. Experts predict that the country could soon be reporting 2,000 deaths a day or more, matching or exceeding the spring peak that 100,000 to 200,000 more Americans could die in the coming months. Now, so you're telling me that it's going to jump up from from 250,000 deaths over 12-month period to 100 to 200,000 in the coming months. Okay, just listen to this. Listen to the Esau's wordplay. Okay, just how bad it gets will depend on a variety of factors, including how well preventative measures are followed and when a vaccine is introduced. It all depends on what we do and how we address this outbreak, said Jeffrey Shaman, a Columbia University epidemiologist, who has modeled the spread of the disease. That is going to determine how much it runs through us. Back in March, when the virus was still relatively new and limited mainly to a few significant pockets like New York, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the top infectious disease expert in the country, predicted that it might kill up to 240,000 Americans. It's funny they have to mention that he's the top infectious disease expert every time they mention his name. Alright. It has now passed that mark with no end in sight. Since the very beginning, preventative measures like wearing masks have been caught up in political divide, and that remains the case today, as the Trump administration resists beginning a transition of power to President-elect Joe Biden and cooperating on a pandemic strategy. New vaccines may begin to have an impact next year, experts said. And for now, developments in treating the disease, as well as a younger population getting infected, mean that far fewer people are admitted to hospitals or dying. Infections are also being diagnosed earlier, which helps combat it. COVID-19 deaths have continued their bleak march with little respite throughout the year. By March 24th, a little more than a month into the pandemic, 50,000 people had died. That number doubled to 100,000 by May 27th and added another 50,000 within 2 months by July 29th. 2 months later, on September 22nd, the total reached 200,000. Toward the end of the summer, the number of cases being reported daily in the United States eased after a brief spike in July, but they have been soaring again since the beginning of November. Okay, so they're saying that 250,000 deaths or 250,000 deaths have been reported since the outbreak. Well, not since the outbreak, but since it really, really hit here in the United States or in Babylon the Great. Okay, now let's compare those numbers to, once again, I guess people don't die of pneumonia. People don't die of the flu anymore. People don't die of, car accidents. People don't die of cancer anymore. Like every other, people don't die of diabetes. People don't die of high blood pressure. It's like every other disease or thing that, anything that takes someone out is, I guess, is non-existent now that coronavirus or COVID-19 is on the scene. Okay. So I just want to take a look at, I did a research on these cancer effects. So check this out. This is from the American Cancer Society. This is from their website. Okay. Cancer facts and figures. Check this out. Look at this here. Estimated numbers, and I checked it for the 2020 statistics. 2020. Now they said there's 250,000 or 250,000 deaths in the year 2020. Check this out. Estimated numbers of new cancer cases and deaths in 2020. In 2020, there were an estimate 1.8 million new cancer cases diagnosed. And look at this number here. 606,520 cancer deaths in the United States. Now, all right. Let's do the math. Okay. 250,000. See that number there? Or 606,000. Which number looks larger? The 606,000. Okay. So there's still an estimated more cancer deaths than there is coronavirus or COVID-19 related deaths. So let me ask you guys a question. Which one is a pandemic? Why is there such a fuss about this? Why is coronavirus such a, making such a big fuss in the earth? When there are more people that die of cancer than there do of COVID-19. You have a greater chance of recovering from COVID-19 than you even do from cancer. Think about that. All right, I want to get a couple of scriptures. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 12, verse 10. This one's going to come out a lot because of the time that we're in. Never trust thine enemy. Never trust thine enemy. For like his eye resteth, so is his wickedness. So all these numbers that he's fluffing up, don't trust him. You want to know why you shouldn't trust him? Let's see. All right, check this out. The wicked are estranged. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. The wicked are born wicked. They come out speaking lies. You can't trust anything they tell you, really. Never trust thine enemy. They speak lies. And your enemy is the wicked, who is Esau Edom. Okay? Do not trust them. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. They come out lying like a motherfucker. These niggas lying like a hoe. Okay? Don't trust these people. I just showed you 606,000 cancer deaths versus 250,000 COVID-19 deaths. I'm gonna say the cancer deaths are a little bit higher than the COVID-19 deaths. Okay. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. The wicked, their soul is not upright because you can't trust them, and they go astray as soon as they be born speaking lies. But check this out: the just shall live by his faith. Okay, the just is gonna live by faith. Faith in who? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because the elect won't be deceived by these lies. The elect will not trust his enemy. The elect will not trust the enemy. They won't be deceived by these lies. Okay? This is Matthew 24:24. For there shall arise false Christ, or false anointed, false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. See, the elect won't be deceived by these lies. The elect won't be deceived by these false numbers. The elect won't be deceived by this false pandemic. The elect understand the agenda behind everything. The elect understand that these vaccines are the precursor to that RFID microchip, the mark of the beast. The elect understand that they want to chip everybody. The elect understand that the elites want to have control, thus they will lie to the people. Never trust your enemy. I can't stress that enough. But the elect won't trust the enemy. Okay? The just shall live by their faith. Alright? So, there are more cancer deaths than COVID-19 deaths. Alright? But the elect will have the eyesight to see that, to see these numbers are falsified. Okay? Hope you're edified. Shalom.